Hey my beauties, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be filming an infill. So the first thing that I did was basically removed all the previous set using my 4x coarse drill bit from Glitter Planet. And then after that, I am just using my 180 nail hand file to basically reshape all of the nails. So I'm basically just redefining that coffin shape that she already has. So I'm doing a 45-degree angles on the side walls of the nail and a 90-degree angle at the free edge. Now, this set has been on for such a long time. I think it's been on since the 15th of December, if not earlier. So normally I like to tell my clients after a certain amount of times, or depending on how much they lift, so how much the nails lift or not, I always, would like to do a soak off and a fresh set again. But because this client barely gets any lifting, and she actually never actually gets any lifting, if she does, it's very, very minimal. So it's very easy for me to file and just go over it with acrylic, and we've never had any problems. And also the nails were growing really, really good. As you can see, the nails underneath, so her natural nails have grown out quite a lot, and they were very healthy, no hyperpigmentation. So that's why I just carried on with an infill. So yeah, I'll just let you guys watch. Now I'm going in with my Glitter Planet Outer Space Cuticle Pushers, and I'm just pushing back the cuticles to expose the new growth on all of the nails. That way you basically get more nail to apply acrylic on, and they will just stay for a little bit more longer than what they normally would if you don't push back the cuticles. And obviously if there's any dead skin hanging out, you can just snip those with a cuticle nipper. And a cuticle nippers that I really, really recommend is by Glitter Planet. They have a wide variety, like a large variety of nail nippers, and I highly, highly recommend them. After that, I basically just remove all of the shine from the natural nail. And also I take this time to tackle any lifting, but as I said before, this client never gets lifting, and if she does, it's quite minimal. But yeah, I'm just using my 180 sanding band on a very, very low speed. Now I just spray all of the nails using my prep spray from CJP and apply my dehydrator from CJP, and then I'm going in with my acrylic application. So I'm going to be infilling the nails with my clear powder. So I'm using Crystal Glass from CJP, and I'm using my Queenie brush from CJP and the one monomer, which is primerless. So I just basically apply a very, very thin layer of that acrylic on where the growth is, and that is basically just to file back to this layer once the client comes back for a redesign. So whenever you apply your cuticle bead, you want to make sure that you apply that bead close to the cuticle, but not too close. So you just want it to be slightly underneath that cuticle area, where you can just pull it or push it towards that cuticle without having any liquid or any acrylic flooding to that cuticle area, because with some liquids, I know with me secret it is quite runny, and when you work with it, it kind of floods everywhere. So if you put it really close to the cuticle area, it will just be a disaster. However, with the one monomer, as you can see, I'm just applying that bead onto the nail, and it just stays put in place, like it doesn't move unless I want it to move. So I highly recommend this monomer for people that struggle with runny acrylic, or people that struggle with you know, the acrylic setting too quick and all that. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say that the one sets too quick, but for me, it's perfect. Anyway, now I'm just doing an ombre using White Blizzard from Glitter Planet, and it's just a gorgeous white color. I really loved working with this color. It felt very velvety and creamy to work with. However, it is white, so white is always difficult to work with. Let me know if you don't struggle with white. I mean, you're a hero if you don't, but I do tend to struggle with whites like this, but I do find a solution towards the end, which I will share with you once I get to that step. I also want to take this moment to thank everyone who has liked a video, subscribed, or commented down below. It just means the world to me every time I see, you know, my subscriber number going up, or see my comment section going high up. And I just, you know, I feel so blessed to have people that take the time to do small things like that. I mean, it might sound like it's small, but for me, it's really not, because I did this YouTube channel to try and help people and interact with people from all around the world, and I see that this is happening. So if you have commented or subscribed or liked a video, or even just watched me, I would just want to thank you so much, because it absolutely means the world to me. So I'm still working on that ring finger, and at this stage I was thinking, oh my god, why did she want a full set of white? And we were actually laughing about it, because I kept saying I'm actually having fun because the formula is gorgeous, but I just feel like I keep adding more and more powder, which I wasn't really fussed about, because her nails naturally curved, and this is like her 5th probably set, and we wanted to file from underneath, so I wasn't really bothered about the thickness, but and we were talking, so it didn't really matter. But if you struggle with time or whatever, and you know, you're just like, oh my god, you just panic. Yeah, white is very difficult to work with. No matter how creamy the product is, it is quite difficult. So I will find a solution, however, towards the end, and I'll let you know what I mixed. I used the same product and just sorted it out, and that just shows that, you know, things like this do happen. Sometimes you do struggle with a certain method or certain product, but you just need to find your way around it to make it work. And that's exactly what I did, and I hope this can help some of you guys that struggle working with white. But anyway, I just basically did a full nail on the ring finger. I'm going to do a full nail of white on the ring finger, pointer, and the thumb. And on the middle and the pinky, obviously, as you can see, I applied the white at the tip, blended it up towards the middle, and then I'm going to come back to apply my cover color. So this is my solution to the very difficult white acrylic, which is basically using the same white blizzard, and I guarantee you guys can see how well it's going on that nail. It's very easy to work with. It's a lot easier than the one that I had before, and I was like boom, 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 and it looked gorgeous. So what I did was I used a little bit of the white blizzard, put it in a small pot, and then applied a little bit of clear acrylic and mixed it until I didn't put a lot of clear, however, because if you put too much clear, you're basically just going to make it a milky white, and I didn't want that. So you just want to add a little bit of clear just to not make it as harsh, and I don't know, it just worked amazing. Like boom, look at that, it looks gorgeous. And I also tried to work a little bit wet, so considering also I applied white, I mean a clear, I did not cap the nails because, you know, I added strength as well as the coverage. So for the two ombre nails, I'm using my cover color, which is Birthday Suit from CJP, and I drained that bead just to get a little bit more of a fuller coverage, and I was not happy at all with the middle finger. It was only this hand, the other one just, it was fine. But yeah, of course, because I'm recording and I wanted to record this hand, this happens. But I wasn't too fussed because I did come back with foils and just covered that blend anyway. If this was to happen to you and you weren't going to cover it up, just, you know, keep playing with it, keep applying more white, more of the cover color, and just blend. When it comes to ombre, blending is key to solving any problem. So yeah, so I basically just applied that first bead closer to the cuticle area and then try to push it upwards using the tip of my brush as you see right now. And then I'm just using the very tip of my brush to try and blend it towards that tip. But as soon as I reach towards the middle, I basically just lift my brush up so I don't push that cover color all the way into the tip. So once I'm happy with the ombre, I basically just go with Crystal Glass from CJP, which is the clear acrylic. Apply a little bit on all of the nail or whatever I want to apply the foils. Just use that as an adhesive, and then just cut your foils really, really small. And I just get these from my local craft store, and then I just apply them while that acrylic is still wet. And just make sure that you work really, really quickly, because if you know your acrylic dries, you won't be able to stick those foils. So just make sure as soon as you lay that acrylic, just pick up those foils with the tip of your brush and place them onto that nail. So now I'm just going to encapsulate those two ombre nails with Crystal Glass. The reason why I did not encapsulate all the other nails is because I did add some clear powder, and it's a core powder, so I didn't think I needed to, which it wasn't a problem, it was fine. Sometimes, I mean, it's something that you have to you know, try out and see, you know, with your white. Sometimes whites do get patchy if you file them, and other whites just don't, you know, get affected. So depending on what product you use, you determine whether you cap the nails or not. Now I'm going in again with my file and I'm just redefining that shape. So again, a 45-degree angle on the side walls of the nail and a 90-degree angle at the tip, making sure you get that shape nice and crisp before you come to file the nails. So now on to filing. I'm using my Glitter Planet smooth top medium drill bit, and this is just a ceramic medium drill bit, which is amazing to work with, and it's ceramic so it doesn't generate any heat, which means, you know, you don't have the risk of your client saying, oh god, this hurts or this burns. And also obviously because it's smooth top, it's a safety bit, which means if you go close to that cuticle area, it would not cut your client. So if you're a beginner, I highly recommend bits like this. Especially this bit is just heaven. It's like 2-in-1. You get the smooth top and you get the ceramic, so how can you go wrong with that? It's so good. I do only use this bit to smooth out the surfaces, and then after that I do come back with a carbide fine drill bit and then go on a lower speed, which is a number 3 or 4. So you can see with this is number 8 or 9, and then with the carbide, which is not a safety bit, I go lower, so number 3 or 4, and then I go really close to that cuticle area, making sure there's no gaps between the acrylic and the natural nail. Now when you actually start filing and making sure that that acrylic is nicely sealed onto the nail, you don't want a massive gap between the natural nail or the cuticle and the enhancement. You just want to make sure that it's fully stuck there and there's no gaps for water or any oils or anything to go into that nail to cause it to lift. Now I'm just going to buff all of the nails and then dust them off and wipe them with an alcohol wipe, and then just apply top coat. So I'm using my Premier Gel Top Coat and I'm just applying that on all of the nails, and then after that I cure for 60 seconds, take the hands out, wait for them to cool down a little bit, and then apply my cuticle oil. So this is the end product, you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. And I shall see you in my next video.